It's a story that caught our attention in two major local papers today. The apparent quest for eternal happiness at Disneyland. Eyewitness News reporter Robert Holguin is live now in Anaheim with the details of what some people may be doing for their dearly departed. Robert?
Michelle, every day thousands of people come here to make lifelong memories. Well, apparently some of those people want those memories to last forever, as in an eternity. Scattering someone's ashes at Disneyland is strictly prohibited, but apparently that doesn't mean some people aren't trying.
It's one of Disneyland's marquee attractions, the Pirates of the Caribbean, a classic ride reinvigorated by the blockbuster films of the same name. But on Friday, the ride was closed temporarily. Security cameras caught a woman dumping a white powder into the water. The woman told Disneyland officials it was baby powder, but some aren't so sure.
Well, it's been going on for a while. It started sporadically with the Haunted Mansion. And lately, because of the spectral nature of the Pirates of the Caribbean films, there's been this connection between people and that.
Al Lutz runs MySage.com, a website dedicated to all things Disneyland. He says it's not unusual for people to surreptitiously scatter a loved one's remains at the happiest place on Earth.
As you grow up with something, especially now that it's over 50 years old, you can develop an attachment to it.
If people get married at Disneyland, then spending an eternity at Disneyland seems to make sense to some.
I've just heard people joke about it, how much they love Disneyland and that they'd like to be buried there, have their ashes scattered there. I've even said it.
Other park visitors think the idea is, well, goofy.
But it kind of bothers me, I guess, for someone to want to do that.
Park officials say there's no real way of knowing that what was dumped into the Pirates ride last week was actually someone's cremated remains. After all,
back out here live, a Disney spokesman tells us that about twice a year, people come forward and ask to spread the loved one's remains here at Disneyland. They're told that it's against the law to do so, and they say that there's no conclusive proof that anyone's ashes have ever been spread at Disneyland. Disney is a parent corporation of ABC 7. Live in Anaheim, Robert Holguin, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Okay, Robert, thanks a lot. That parrot.
I got you.
It did. Pretty funny. So it's pretty warm again today.
What was it? Channel 4's Chuck Henry live now to explain. Chuck.
Well, Paul, some people say that if Disneyland, that's the entrance directly behind me, wasn't so popular, then this wouldn't be a problem. Like the fireworks over Disneyland tonight, this is a place of celebration. But some visitors may be taking that a bit too far. It's called wildcat scattering. That's when people scatter the ashes of loved ones at places that have significance, like Disneyland. Disney officials admit they get requests from visitors to scatter ashes in the park, but they say they're always denied. Although the mysterious white powder that was poured into the Pirates of the Caribbean ride hasn't been identified as ashes, park observers like Al Lutz, who writes about Disneyland on MySage.com, says it's a problem that officials here don't talk about. And ashes, he says, are poured everywhere.
The Rivers of America and the Jungle Cruise, and, you know, the captain's up front busy telling the jokes, but out back they're feeding grandma to the lions, you know.
We asked some Disneyland visitors leaving tonight what they thought.
It doesn't make much sense to spend $120 to dump, you know, your relatives' ashes here when you can go to the beach and do it for free.
Well, ashes belong in the cemetery or on their shelf or something in a little jar. So.
She's right. And dumping ashes anywhere you want is also illegal. And at Disneyland, it's probably not going to be permanent.
You're not going to be there for eternity. You're going to be cleaned up and vacuumed out, so it's not a great place for grandma.
So apparently there are some people that want their connection to the Magic Kingdom to last more than a lifetime. Reporting live outside Disneyland, I'm Chuck Henry. Paul, back to you.
All right. Not funny, funny strange.